You're listening to the Out of the Cave podcast with your hosts, Junior and the Captain. This is a podcast where we talk about the things going on in the world and share our opinions without worrying about political correctness. Remember, it's all about respect, keeping an open mind, and always having a good time. What is up, people? What's going on, Captain?
Player. We are back. Back in the house.
We are back live and direct.
And once again, we are having fun and enjoying this shit. We really are.
I have to tell you, what a long week. And I've been looking forward to just coming in, having some conversations with you. And really, I just want to, as always, our fans know by now, we do this because we want to have some fun and we want to just kind of kick it with everyone and just talk about the stuff that's going on, but not always be so serious. Yeah. So I was ready to goof around, but oh man, here we are starting on kind of a somber note.
Yeah, listen, before we start on the somber note, I just got to mention this thing because this shit was so funny to me. It was ridiculous. So I was kind of like scrolling through the news and I see this video and it says, huge 6-year-old dominates opponents in viral football video, right?
Okay.
And the reason I start with this is because obviously football season started and all that, right?
Okay.
But bro, I've never seen... Right, and it's just a little clip, and they show it kind of like the same clip, and it's kind of like, you know, on a loop.
Yes,
it's a 6-year-old kid, bro. He looks like he's 15 years old, and against these other little 6-year-old kids. And when you go see his legs, or just there is no fucking way that this kid is 6 years old. I mean, you can't see him. He's in football gear and helmet and all, and it's from the back. So you really can't see, but man, if you see the video, you gotta check it out, man. Check it out, and then you tell me whether that kid is 6 years old.
Okay.
There's no fucking way, man. But if he is 6 years old, holy shit, this kid's a monster. If he's that big at 6 years old, he's gonna be 8 feet tall, man. He's got to be.
Sheesh. Okay, I'll take a look at it.
Just check it out. I didn't mean to kind of like.
When you said
switch it over, but
when you said viral video, I thought you were going to talk about like 2 sorority girls. And
well, that was the second one that I was going to talk about.
It's Friday.
I know, man.
It's Friday.
I know, but that's the one I was going to go off on from there. I was going to try to make a nice little transition, but then you just ruined it for me.
Well, I was
going
to say that.
What a dick.
These are the topics for our special secret episodes that we're going to be coming out with, and
oh yeah, absolutely.
The after hours. So all right. So we know we said we weren't going to tease that stuff yet, but we know.
All right.
We're going to have some after hours.
All right. So you know what? You could go back to your somber news, man. There you go. All right.
Oh yeah. So in some somber news.
Supreme Court Justice, right? Ruth Bader Ginsburg. It was actually fun. Again, it's not funny, but I tell my daughter, I said, hey, Ruth Bader Ginsburg died. And she goes, what? And I'm like, yeah, Ruth Bader died. She just died a little while ago. And she goes, what? I don't get it, Dad. Darth Vader that's in Star Wars. It's just a movie. And I'm like, what the hell you thought? I just said it. Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
She thought Darth Vader Ginsburg.
She thought I said Darth Vader.
Oh man!
And here I am messing it up right now as we're talking about it. I'm messing up the name, But she messed me up, dude. So what the fuck?
So yeah, back to somber news.
Somber news. Let me switch it back up. Let me switch it back. Back down. I'm sorry.
No, in all seriousness.
Yeah, no, it's actually it's actually a big deal. It really is, because she is one of the main liberal Supreme Court justices in the court. Her loss is very big for liberals today. And one of the main reasons for that is because with Trump being president right now, he's going to nominate a conservative judge, right? And by doing that, and if he happens to stay president and the Senate, I guess also Republican Senate, and they pass it, they're going to be up 6-3, man. It's going to be like a 6-3 ratio there of Republicans or conservative versus liberal justices, and that's a big deal, man. And people are nervous right now. I mean, I actually started looking into like Facebook and Instagram, and people are already posting all these kinds of crazy things, man. Like, really upset about that. And of course, these are all like a lot of liberals that are really, oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do. You don't know what's going to happen, but people are nervous about this, and it's a big deal because of that. But aside from that aspect of the possibility of getting another Supreme Court justice as a conservative, and us just being independent voters. She was a pretty big deal, man. She actually fought for for women rights and in the workforce and all that. And she was type of a celebrity,
right,
for the liberals and for women. So hey, listen, she was a very bright cookie, man. She really was. And her and her husband came up into the legal field together, and very smart. She's very smart. Obviously. As she got older, like in prior to 2016, I think when Trump became president, she had mentioned some shit. Like she said some shit about him that eventually she apologized that because you can't be political, right? As a Supreme Court justice,
they really shouldn't.
Yeah, right. You just got to keep your mouth shut and just do the thing. But she did say some dumb stuff, but people are super upset about this, which brings me to another thing. And I'm sorry if I'm taking up all the air right now, but back when Obama was president, she actually had the opportunity to retire. And it would have been a perfect opportunity for her to retire and for him to nominate another liberal justice, a younger, person, to carry on, right? And so with that being said, I'm reading all these comments and all that, and people are pissed off and scared and this and that. But I'm like saying, at the same time, you got to give the girl credit, right? That she stayed as long as she did and admire what she did. But at the same time, you can also look at it as like a selfish thing, right? Because she refused to retire at the most opportune time where the president could have nominated another liberal, and she didn't want to do it, right? So when you look at the big picture, people could be pissed off today about that, but at the same time, they could be pissed off at her too for not relinquishing that spot, right, at an earlier time, just so that another person, because again, I guess she probably thought, just like all of us did, that Hillary Clinton was going to become president, right? And so at that point, if she's become president, who cares, right? It's still Democrats, right? And they're going to get nominated another liberal. In this particular case, it didn't work that way. And so you could make that argument also that she was also selfish, right?
Right.
Which sucks in that sense. But, hey, it is what it is. That's it.
Look, I don't really know a lot about her, but I did read a couple of articles and definitely recognize that she did a lot of fantastic things. But yeah, she's 87 years old. I don't know. I don't see myself wanting to have a serious job like that at 87 years old.
Yeah. I mean, well, think about it. She was on there for 27 years.
Yeah.
27. Yeah, man. So, but you know what? People that get nominated to the courts and all that, that's their dream.
That's the thing. Yeah,
and that's the thing. So they know they're either going to retire or die off while they're on the bench. You know what I mean? So,
well, now it makes me feel really bad about my follow-up story. It was about Carole Baskin from Tiger King being on Dancing with the Stars.
Phenomenal transition. That lady's a kook, dude.
Oh my God. So yeah, something's up. We got to work on the agenda flow.
I know. What the fuck, dude? Oh, well, this was a surprise too, because just as we're starting this thing, we just heard that she passed away, so we had to mention a little bit about it. But
but
she really wasn't on the plan to speak about today. So whatever, man.
Right. No, I just that was very good, and it shows you that if I know more about Carole Baskin than Ruth Bader Ginsburg,
I know we have a problem here.
We got a problem in America.
Houston, we have a problem.
We do. We really do. So I'm not going to talk about Carole
Baskin, right?
Carole Baskin, but I will tell you that anyone who's dancing with her, they got to watch it back, because I saw the Tiger King documentary and she looks mighty guilty to me. So
I did not see it. I refused to watch that stupid stuff, but
I got sucked into it.
Yeah, everybody that I associate with has seen it. And I just refuse to watch that nonsense. You know what I mean? I still kind of really don't understand the whole aspect of it. It's competing.
You have to see it. Because I said the same thing. I was like saying, what is everyone talking about? So I said, I had some time. It was actually like in the middle of the pandemic.
Yeah.
So we had nothing but time. So I said, everyone's like putting out these memes and talking about Tiger King. What is this?
Yeah.
And so even my kids, they were like, "Oh yeah, it's this documentary on Netflix." So I said, "You know what? Let's give it a try. Let's give it a try." And we saw the first episode, and we all looked at each other, and we were like, "Yeah, we kind of have to see the next one." And it was all downhill from there.
Well, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, man. I fell for the trap with the Cobra Kai. I watched it. I enjoyed it.
I told you how great that was.
You are not gonna get me to watch this Tiger King thing.
Maybe not Tiger King. I don't think Tiger King's your cup of tea.
Yeah, no.
But Cobra Kai was great, right?
Although the Tiger King, and I seen the picture, I think the guy with the tiger and all that, and that brings me back, or it gives me thoughts of Siegfried and Roy. Remember with the guy with the tiger ate him up during the show?
I cannot even summarize.
Is it something like that? No,
I cannot summarize this guy's personality for you. Like, you have to see, you have to experience.
I mean, is he like a flamboyant type of personality, or is he more roughneck type? I mean, I don't know.
No, he's a flamboyant roughneck personality.
Yeah, like a combination of the two.
Yeah. You have to see it. He's very passionate, but also extremely cuckoo.
Okay.
But sometimes it's these crazy people who are magnetic and have these kind of personalities that draw people in.
Okay.
He was one of those people.
Yeah, I mean, to have a name of Joe Exotic, I would assume so, right?
The guy made millions. He had millions. I mean, he was doing something right, and it all went off the rails. So that's why it's kind of like an American tragedy.
Okay, no, but what's the premise behind that? Is it that he did something wrong? She did something wrong? What is why are they fighting, what is it?
I mean, I don't even want to give these guys more airtime because they're so crazy.
Yeah.
But essentially, Joe Exotic was running like a zoo where you could see big cats, tigers, lions, and stuff like that. And then he would even take the cats, like the baby cats, to different malls.
All right.
And I believe it was based out of like the Florida area. And so you could see and play with cats. And Carole Baskin had like an animal sanctuary, and they got into kind of a feud. And Carole Baskin was petitioning to stop him from bringing his cats to malls.
What was it? He's mistreating the animals, or she just believed?
I don't want to ruin it.
I'm telling you, I'm not going to see this.
She said, so she was saying it's number one, bad to do that. It's not right to have the animals in captivity. And they both seem to do, and it's not just them. There's actually like a group of people who have these kinds of businesses. Yeah. They're making money off of these animals, and some of them are being mistreated. So
but she doesn't believe in zoos and like SeaWorld kind of thing, or
no. Meanwhile, she has her own big cat sanctuary.
So then, what's the problem?
The point is, they're two crazy people,
and they're making money.
They're making money, and
we're over here doing this podcast.
So this guy this guy Tiger King. What he took it to an extreme level because he started like making like videos of her saying, "I'm gonna kill this bitch," and then he would like shoot her in the head, or like he actually made like a music video because he was a country singer, and he had a lookalike, and it was just like threatening her and stuff. So she was taking a lot of legal actions against him because her husband, I believe, was a lawyer or something like to that effect. And essentially the battle of this woman and the obsession that he had to try to take her down, and he was trying to expose the fact that she killed her husband.
Her husband died?
Her husband
mysteriously died?
Disappeared. She said he flew off to like Argentina or something.
Okay, and he's not in Argentina.
He's in some cat's belly, is what I think.
That's what it is?
That's what I think.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right, you know what, man?
We devoted too much time to Tiger King.
Let's switch up on this thing, man, because I don't want to talk about Tiger King.
But you'll watch it one day. You'll be like sick you'll be under the covers, and you'll put it on, and you're going to get obsessed.
I doubt it. I just can't see things like that. Do not interest me, man. They don't interest me at all.
I did it as more of a experiment in pop culture just to see what the craziness was about.
Yeah, see, I'd rather watch a wet t-shirt contest, man, than to worry about Tiger King and Joe Exotic.
I'm not going to argue. The other thing that was going on this week, because it was a crazy week. The week started off very crazy with the West Coast wildfires.
Yeah.
And we were talking about, we had talked about that in our last podcast, but the wildfires were still raging.
Okay.
And even that was getting politicized. Some people were blaming the president for that, saying he doesn't believe in climate change. And then he's like, oh, I believe in forest management. Like, it seemed like everything that comes out was being blamed on the president. Yeah. And it's just, right now the country's at a point where are we almost 49 days or less than 49 days to the
47, right? 47
days to the election. It's going to get crazy. And I was watching the news this morning, and the news was talking about how society today is very polarized. Very much either you're a Republican or Democrat, and everyone's like eating at each other. And essentially this news story was saying, hey, we should all like try to get along. And I was just like, you media have fueled this raging wildfire in America.
Yeah.
they've supported it.
Yeah.
Every news story, every commentary is about Trump being bad, or, vice versa. And it's just, we are in a very crazy place. And at some point, people have to say no mas, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You know what?
And I think that's what we're doing here. We're trying to kind of diffuse this.
Well, we try to diffuse it, and we, from the beginning, we've always said that we want to look at it from both sides, right? And try to understand. I said before that I tend to lean in, as far as the political aspect, into what's best for my family. I mean, it's really that simple, and that's the way I think that everybody should approach it, right? I definitely do not have the time to go out and protest. I have to work. I have other commitments. I have responsibilities. I don't have time to protest. If you have the time to go do it. I'm not gonna tell you not to do it. The problem is that nowadays, and it's already been proven, a lot of these protesters are professional protesters. They're getting paid to go out there and create havoc and all that nonsense. They really don't even believe in the shit that they're doing. They're getting paid for it, so whatever, right? So it's one of those things where you're like, you have to balance out, what's going on? What is going on? And for me, I just want to understand, right? Which brings me, as a matter of fact, I'm glad you actually went into that. It has nothing to do really with the wildfires or anything like that, but I actually just bought this book by Candace Owens, Blackout, and I just started reading it. Just got into like the prologue of it, and that's it. I haven't really read into it, but I want to understand. And this is where I always try to make or justify what's going on. If I don't know the other person's thoughts or feelings, I want to read about it. I want to understand. Let me listen to what they got to say, right? And not just say, nah, that's bullshit, and that's it. And the story, we don't hear it. I want to understand. I want to know. Which back in the day when I was overseas, right? It's a little transition to it, but we used to get, when we were overseas, we used to get like free USA Today newspapers. They were like a week old, and this was back in the day. So, it's not like today where you could just, put your phone and read what's going on in the world. So we used to get old newspapers and magazines and all that. And one day, the only thing that was available for me to read, and I was just bored, man. I just needed to do something. I read Cosmopolitan. Okay. Right, so I'm reading this Cosmopolitan magazine. It's it's a woman magazine.
All right,
and I was like,
they got pictures.
Well, yeah, I got pictures, but again, back in those days, I'm not.
I get it.
I'm not looking to read a woman's magazine, right?
You're in the foxhole with women's pictures. Go ahead.
Exactly, exactly. And what struck me about that, there was this one, and for all you women out there who continue reading these magazines will probably understand where I'm coming from. And even guys, there was a section called the agony column, and that agony column, bro, I've learned so much from that, because it was just women complaining or just sharing these personal moments about how a guy's not doing this for them, and what do I do? And then I think the Dr. Abby of the column was some lady named Irma Kurtz, I think it is. Damn, dude, this is a long time ago, and I'm remembering these kind of names. And she would explain, oh, you need to do this, and that. And I was like saying, hey, shit, I think I just stumbled onto something, because this is almost like having the other team's playbook. So you start reading this magazine, and now it's a whole new ball game, right? So now you understanding what the other side is feeling, right? Women, this and that, and it actually worked for me when I got out.
Oh yeah,
right. But going to what I was saying in regards to Candace Owens, yeah, like if you don't know anything about, like, say, what blacks are trying to, point out as far as race relations and all that. Why can't a white person read one of these books and to try to understand it, rather than just to listen to somebody in the media that's going to turn shit around and say, don't listen to that person, because, yeah, she's black and all that, but she's an Uncle Tom, and that's pretty much what goes on nowadays. Latino, whatever. Oh, an Uncle Tom, right? Like, oh, why is that guy sticking up for the Republicans, and vice versa? And this is where the problem is, that nobody is willing to delve into that aspect of the other side, just to get an understanding. I think if you do get that understanding, you'll be able to come together and at least work something out. You know what I mean?
Well, I agree with you. I think at the end of the day, it really is about just trying to take a moment to put yourself in the other person's shoes. have some empathy. And that's a problem that I think we do have in this country. People don't, or fewer and fewer people have true empathy. And it's one of the issues that I find within politics is definitely true. People have emotions, people have opinions, and because now they can say things on social media, they blast it out. And if you don't agree with them, you're a bad person or you're wrong.
Yeah.
And it never used to be that way. And I think from a political aspect, both parties, but in this case I'm going to talk about Democrats.
Yeah.
They do this. And I think the Democrats took for granted the African American vote and the Latino vote. And I think you saw that, especially around the Latino vote with the Goya boycott. Some people thought, hey, we're going to, boycott Goya. And a lot of Latinos were like, I don't think so. I'm going to still buy my rice and beans. And that thing fell flat on its face.
Correct.
And when you think about the Democrats, right now you're seeing a lot of news stories talking about Latinos for Trump, and people are not understanding. And remember, Biden made that comment, hey, man, if you ain't black, if you're not voting for me. And
No, like, yeah, if what did he say? If you, what did he say?
He says, like, if
you don't vote for me, you're not black.
Something like that.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Kind of shit.
You ain't black. Like, yeah. So I feel like they take for granted a lot, and people have to wake up. They think that these people really have their best interests at heart.
Yeah.
And Chris Rock, in an article in the New York Times, pretty much told the Democrats that, hey, you guys are dropping the ball. You're not paying attention to what people are really upset about. You should have been focused on the pandemic, but instead you guys were wasting your time on impeachment. Mm-hmm. How much time did those Democrats waste on impeachment?
Correct.
There's real issues, real life issues going on in everyone's life that they could have been focused on. And I know it's true because when you listen to the debates last year, or, in years past, I should say, they're talking about DACA and, middle class jobs and construction of, America's infrastructure, energy independence, and the Green New Deal, all this stuff. But what do they talk about in the last year? It's been impeachment, and in all of the political ads that you see for the Democrats, all they're doing is knocking Trump and saying, "Hey, we need to do better." But I haven't heard anything. Yeah. I haven't heard anything proposed.
Is it? Yeah, what are they going to do that's better than what's happening now?
Yeah, and so now people are waking up, and so that's why I think it's going to be a kind of a crazy year, because people are waking up. You're hearing it more and more. It's gonna get crazy, man. And man, look, we're spending a lot of time talking about this stuff because it is, it's in our faces, and I really don't want to talk about.
I'm telling you, so we try to plan out our week, right, according to according to what's going on, and it's funny how, like, right, we'll get together and we'll say, hey, you know what, let's focus more on this than that. We'll touch on this, touch on that, and we usually have like 18 different topics and all that. And no matter which way you look at, we start off politics. We're continuing politics, and by the end of the show, man, we're probably going to end up in politics, because no matter which way you look at it, every topic that we have here, almost you can relate politics into it, Here's another one. I'll give you another one that you're talking about Chris Rock and all that. I happen to see this one particular article, which is my boy John Leguizamo, right? Well, in Spanish, it's John Leguizamo. But anyway, so he comes out and he says, I'm going to boycott the 2020 Emmys because of cultural apartheid, right? Mm-hmm. So in the past years, black performers would say, hey, there are no blacks being nominated for these particular categories, and, we're going to boycott this thing, right? So then in the recent past years, they've evened the playing field a little bit, right? You've got some black directors getting great awards and actors, right? But now he's saying, wait a minute, where are the Latino awards, right? Or where the Latino actors? How come there's not enough nominations here?
Yep.
And so it makes me laugh in that, obviously being Latino and all that, I agree with him. But at the same time, so now let's just say now we level the playing field with the Latinos. Next year is going to be what? The Asians are now going to boycott the Emmys because of no Asians in the equation, right? When is this thing going to end, man? Why can't we just go into an award show and watch an award show of people who give out their best performance, black, white, Latino, whatever the hell you are, and that's it, end the story, have fun and have a good time. Right. But nobody can accept that nonsense anymore. They just can't, and it's funny to me, again. Obviously, I support him and all that, but when is it going to end, man? Because it's going to continue like this, and I just don't see an end to it.
Yeah, but you know what? I kind of like the fact that he's standing up because I feel like as Latinos, we always support, this is the Latino portion of the show, we always support important themes like this, Black Lives Matters or whatever. But when it comes to subjects that are important to Latinos, I don't feel like we always stand up in a uniformed way and fight for, whatever the subject is. And so here, I think it's great that he's, standing up and saying, hey, hold on a second. What's going on in this particular case. So I support it. I generally support people standing up for themselves and doing what they want to do. In this case, I think this is definitely an area that needs some light shined on maybe some inequality.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that I don't support them, and I don't support that aspect of it. I'm just saying that when you start, separating all these different classes, it's almost, listen, for real, he's talking about apartheid there, right? I mean, think about it. Everything that we were trying to get away from, men versus women, black versus white, separate, fountains for these people here and that people there, and you can't do this, right? So we were trying to get away from that. And all of a sudden, we were kind of on the way there. And then all of a sudden, we're now getting back to that. So it's not, we're just going backwards, man. Because now everybody wants their separate this and their separate that. And how come we don't have this? How come? I mean, I don't like talking about transsexuals and all that stuff. And because to be honest with you, I don't know much about it. But what I do know is this: everybody wants now to be identified for what they are.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
They want representation.
Everybody wants representation. But to be honest with you, the more you do that, the more you segregate what we're trying to not do, right? So we want to all be one people. Like, ultimately, that's what it is, right? Black, white, we all one people. I mean, for me, I don't see black, white. I see everybody the same. I really do. It's like, I don't know if it's because of the way I was raised. That's just the way I see it. If we're all trying to live as one and treat everybody with respect or whatever, why are we trying to separate ourselves? That's the thing that I do not get and I do not like. And that's where I'll call bullshit on all these people when they start saying, oh, you want to be known as just it's like this. I'll give you a perfect example in the police aspect of it, right? And I've watched many TV shows in regards to this, right? So you have a person that just committed a crime, right? And so they'll go over the radio and they'll say, oh yeah, we're looking for a white male in his 30s, right, wearing blue shirt, whatever hell it is, right? You do that. Why? Because you're trying to identify the person that just committed that particular crime, right? So now if you start doing that, right, and you're trying to identify the person, we obviously have different shades of skin. So you have to at least identify that way, right? In today's age, from the people that I interact with and hear, they don't want anybody to be, like, even on the radio, to be identified like that. Dark skinned. Well, then if you don't do that, how are you supposed to locate the person that did that?
But that's like a practical example of the stupidity of it.
But that's exactly my point. And even to that point right there, they want to completely say, hey, you know what? You can't identify as this way. That's not right, So which way is it?
No, you're right, but but in the case of John, bringing it back to John Leguizamo, that's an industry where Latinos, for a very, very long time, Latinos were only getting roles where they were gang members or drug dealers. When you think about how they're portrayed on screen, there was definitely an issue, and I think there are tons of Latino filmmakers who are out there making great movies, and they're not being represented on television. So if you think about how many TV shows are on TV right now with Latino leads, I don't know if there's any. There was a TV show called Broke that had a Latino cast. Mm-hmm. That was a really funny show. It ended. Look right now. I mean, if you do a search, I don't think there's any Latino TV shows on the air right now. And how much of the population of the United States is Latino? And we don't have any primetime shows.
They're on channel 41, 47.
Telemundo. But this is what I think. It is an example of you have to look at the situation and say what is driving it, right? Because there's plenty of funny shows. I think there was Jane the Virgin, but I don't think Jane the Virgin's on TV anymore. When you think about these kinds of situations, that's why I always say it's sticky. sticky. These are sticky situations. You know, you have to just keep an open mind and stand up. And the thing that I always say is you can't stand up when it's the end of your career. I mean, whenever you stand up, I think is good.
Yeah.
But if it's at the end of your career, all right, it doesn't really help. What I always say to people is, hey, you got to stand up when you're hot, because that's when your voice is going to be the loudest and you have the most clout to make a change.
Well, see, in that case right there, that's where that whole Colin Kaepernick thing, that's where that there was a big problem with that, because this guy, when he was the starting quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers and went to the Super Bowl, that guy did not say anything about racial inequality or anything like that. Then all of a sudden, he loses his starting position, and that's when the whole thing started.
Right.
You know, when you start looking at it, so which one is it? There was no racial inequality when you were a starting quarterback, and you were getting the contracts with Beats headphones and all that, but then after that, you lose it, and then now all of a sudden it's a problem? That's where I have the problem too. You see,
I agree.
Because you know, I got.
But it's what you said. But it's in the beginning. What did you say? You got to do what's right for your family, right?
Yeah,
and so everyone has that. So I just don't like when people deny that or ignore that point, because at the end of the day, everyone's going to do what's right for them and right for their family.
No, but what's right for my family? I'm not going out there and creating this narrative that I do not believe in, and then all of a sudden I'm going to start creating this just to benefit from it, and then not on top of that, then you're going to create havoc in the fucking nation, you know.
No, I agree.
Well, that's the thing. Like that's I don't think that way. You know what I mean? I don't know why these people think that way.
But my point is, if he had done it when he was at the top of his game, like you said, getting the contracts and all that stuff, I could respect.
Then it can make sense. It makes sense.
I could respect that because all right, so you really believe that. You believe it so much that here, height of your fame, height of your popularity,
you're willing to lose it.
You're willing to kind of put it on the line for something you believe in.
Exactly.
I will follow someone like that all day. All right, so now you're in the in the twilight of your career, and I'm not saying John Leguizamo was in the twilight of his career, but you're in the someone's in the twilight of their career, and that's when they kind of step it up with all these protesting, like Alyssa Milano, all these other folks. They get really involved with the politics because now you got the time to do that stuff. And I'm not judging. Hey, I'm not judging anyone, but I think people have to just not be so narrow-minded and look at the big picture. And if you really feel like there's something like that out there that's important, stand up now. But
this is more for the followers too, because the followers
need
to realize
that's what I'm talking about.
Look, okay, now they're standing up for that, but am I going to follow this guy? Hell no, he's on his way out. So why am I following this guy?
Yeah. So wait, let me switch it up because we're talking about Latinos. Ever since we started this podcast, I've always wanted to talk about one Latino in particular.
Who's that, man?
You know who I'm going to talk about?
No, I have no idea. Bring it to me. Give it to me.
Wilmer Valderrama.
Oh, isn't he like the hero of Latino men?
I don't know if he's the hero.
Is he the Godfather? I think he's the Godfather, right?
For me, he must be. He must be like a legend. He must be a legend. So if I told you who he played Fez on that 70s show, right? I think that was from like 1998. Mm-hmm. And he's still on TV. Like he's I think he's like on one of those CIS shows or something like that. I don't really watch, those kind of shows. But Wilmer Valderrama, the reason why this guy is like the Godfather for me is because
all Latino males. He's the Godfather.
He should be for all Latino males, especially in Hollywood. And I don't get it. This guy has dated some of the most hottest women in Hollywood.
Oh yeah.
And somehow he flies under the radar. Everyone talks about, I don't know, Johnny Depp and all these other folks.
They got nothing on him, man.
But I don't think they have anything on
nope,
Wilmer.
Nothing. I challenge any fan out there to find somebody that can compete with Wilmer Valderrama.
Yeah, I think that's a challenge.
I challenge.
I want to make a shrine to this dude, and I want to. But you know what's funny? I actually did meet him.
You did?
And when I met him, he was pretty smooth, but I had no idea I was in the presence of greatness. So let me go down the list. I found this article.
All right.
Of his ex-girlfriends.
All right.
And number one, I should say he is happily engaged, I believe, to a woman named Amanda Pacheco.
But we don't really know if he's happy, man. Come on,
let's
just throw
that
in there, right?
He's off the market. Number one, Demi Lovato.
Wow.
I love Demi Lovato, and she's got issues, but man, she is a super cutie, and she's got a voice. Mm-hmm. Then he dated Ariana Richards, who was the girl in Jurassic Park. If you remember Jurassic Park, she was young. She was young then.
Which one? The actual little girl?
The like in the first one. Remember the grandkids?
Yeah, that was her.
Yeah. So he dated her.
Oh, okay. So I really don't know what she
when they were younger.
Okay,
when they were younger.
All right.
Then he dated. Let's say I'm going down this list. Mila Kunis from that '70s show.
Mila Kunis.
All right, and she's engaged to Ashton Kutcher, but guess what? Wilmer was first.
Didn't they get married? They have kids, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, with Ashton Kutcher.
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right, next on the list, Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Damn, that's another one.
She was a super cutie.
Yeah.
This guy's just making progress. And then someone who I watched her TV show, Mahandra Delfino.
Yes, Mahandra.
Yep.
Yes, we do know her.
We know her.
Lindsay Lohan. How about Lindsay Lohan?
Lindsay Lohan is on that list also.
Right.
Very good.
That's right.
Also,
I'm going to mention one. Let's see if she's on the list.
Hold on.
No, but let me see. I don't know your list.
All right.
Mandy Moore.
Mandy Moore's next on the list.
Mandy Moore.
She was, and Mandy Moore is freaking cute, man. I like Mandy Moore.
Mm-hmm.
Misha Barton. Do you remember her? She was on the OC.
Oh, she's a crackhead, bro.
Now she's a crackhead.
Big crackhead, but she was.
But you
cutie.
know why? Because she couldn't deal with the loss of Wilmer Valderrama.
He makes women get into drugs, bro. And
as a Latino,
crazy.
I happen to know that I have that effect on women too sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
So so Misha Barton, but I think she's doing better now.
All right, we'll see.
And then like you said Lindsay Lohan, which she was all screwed up.
Yeah.
Ashley Simpson, Jessica Simpson's sister.
Which I
would have been more impressed if it were Jessica Simpson.
Yeah, Jessica Simpson. I actually met Jessica Simpson.
I had a crush on Jessica Simpson. I'm not gonna lie.
We met Jessica Simpson back in the day.
I don't remember meeting Jessica Simpson.
Yeah.
I would remember that.
I think it was at
I remember Heidi Klum.
Museum of Natural History. I think it was.
I don't remember meeting Jessica.
Or Modern
Simpson.
Art. Back in the day, remember?
I don't remember.
Let's think
Jessica.
back.
No, but I don't remember Jessica Simpson. I remember Heidi Klum and I remember Denise Richards.
No, but Denise Richards was at the
and we met
Armani party.
And we met Jennifer Love Hewitt.
I don't remember.
Yes, remember we walked her through like one of those events. I remember her clearly.
Yeah, no. Denise, I definitely remember Denise because I had a huge crush on her at the time.
And I didn't. And then when I met her, I was like, yeah, you were right.
Damn. Yeah, I told you, right?
You were right on that one.
But Jessica Simpson, we met her at the I think it was the Museum of Modern Art. It was at BOMA. Yeah,
I feel like I remember. So Avril Lavigne, he also dated Avril Lavigne.
Wow.
Okay, and then
I know. Listen, we're going back, but this goes to show you the genius of this guy, right?
I don't. Again, when I met him, if I would have known, I would not have washed my hand after shaking his hand. But here's one that blew me away.
What's that?
Rihanna.
Yeah.
Multiple reports that they were hooking up.
Wow.
And then
that's definitely a catch, man.
The last one that is on this list, Minka Kelly.
Oh, Minka Kelly was cute, man.
She's cute. Isn't Minka Kelly Derek Jeter's wife?
No.
Who's Minka Kelly?
No. He dated Minka Kelly
her.
back in the day.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, Derek Jeter is married to wasn't she like a GoDaddy girl or something like that? Or
I thought it was Minka Kelly.
No. I forgot.
But she was with Derek Jeter.
She was like on a commercial.
But she was
Minka Kelly.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So look again, Wilmer Valderrama first.
Dude, but the one that should have been on your list is Jessica Biel. Who's married to Justin Timberlake.
She's not even on my list. So
Bro,
all right, so now half of Hollywood's hotties have all had Wilmer Valderrama
in common,
and no way.
Eva Longoria.
He did not date her,
bro. 2012.
Oh my God! All right, so Wilmer, listen.
Oh man,
we're coming up towards the end of our podcast, so we're devoting a lot of time. We're devoting a lot of time to you. You've got to reach out. You've got to reach out to her. No way. I do not believe what you just pulled up on that screen.
Come on, man. I don't believe it either, but it's there. Sofia Vergara.
No way.
Oh my God, man.
All right, so this is a serious issue. How come this is not? How come this? When we talk about the debates, why are we not giving money funding Wilmer Valderrama?
That's right.
I know it seems silly.
Exactly. I mean, this guy. I mean, come on. He is the Godfather. I mean, there's no way. I challenge any fan out there to come up with another celebrity actor or model, whoever it is, that has been able to secure this kind.
I thought
this kind of celebrity, man.
I thought back in the day I had skills, but I mean, I'm a disciple. I have to bend the knee to Wilmer Valderrama and just kind of
and not only that, but in that show, he spoke like Squiggy. Right, from Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah.
Dude, God bless him.
Sofia Vergara?
Holy man.
Wow.
I don't even want to continue scrolling.
Don't because it's making me. Well, you know what? Like I said,
I don't know, man.
I'm giving him mad respect.
Yeah.
Mad respect. And so you know what? Mad respect to Amanda Pacheco because she nailed him.
She's
got him, she's got him engaged and I'm wish them a very happy life.
Yeah. Oh wow. Now I know you've mentioned Wilmer over and over and over and over again. And yeah, we kind of had the same thought process of how this guy has, maneuvered his way within Hollywood and secured all that. Right?
Wow.
I could just imagine his rap, man.
So now, this is another point. So if you got a guy like Wilmer Valderrama pulling these kind of women, why Latinos need to be represented more on TV? We need more TV shows.
Hey, but you said, right? Behind the scenes, right? Yo, dude, he's doing this behind the scenes, man.
Good for him,
right?
So so Wilmer, if any of your people hear this podcast and you want to reach out to us at IamTheGod@outofthecavepodcast.com.
That's it.
Because that's what you are. You are the Hollywood God.
Unbelievable, man. It's like what are those two guys from Saturday Night Live? Oh man, I forgot this guy's name. With the long hair, and then his friend with the long blonde hair. We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Oh. Wayne's World?
Wayne's World. That's what I would have to do to this guy. We're not worthy.
Yeah, no, he's awesome. And so for anyone who doesn't know who Wilmer Valderrama is, look him up, and you will see his list of ex-girlfriends.
Oh, yeah.
And so this is the kind of stuff that's important for us to talk about.
Yeah.
In addition to politics.
And on top of that guy doesn't even seem like he ages.
He takes good care of himself.
Holy shit, man.
He takes good care of himself.
God bless him, man. Damn.
And is it wrong to say his age? He's 40.
He's 40?
He's 40, looking like he's 25.
I know.
Good for him.
Damn. How come he couldn't have been part of my my group of friends back in the day? Shit.
Well, you don't want him because he'd probably be sleeping with your girlfriend and.
That's true too. So fuck you, Wilmer. You bastard.
I don't want him.
I know, right? You're like, yeah, I do not want to introduce you to my girlfriend. All right, let's just leave it like that.
They'd be like, hey, aren't you friends with Wilmer? No.
Who's that fucker?
Oh man, these are the important things that we got to talk about.
We should. I know. Again, we started out somber, and look at that. We're at. Oh damn! Every time I keep scrolling,
just stop. It can't be true.
And I wasn't even planning on actually searching this kid up.
Yeah.
And look, there was a whole bunch that didn't make it on your list.
I know.
Holy shit, man!
My list wasn't up to date.
Wow,
it's crazy.
Yeah. Damn.
The stories that he must be able to tell.
It's amazing, right? Amazing.
The stories. So
Wilmer needs to reach out to us, man. We need to hear some stories.
I did, like I said, I did meet him, and I actually hung out with him at a party. Mm-hmm. But I just didn't know. I'm trying to think. I don't.
But wait a minute, you met him as in you knew that it was him, or you just didn't know it was him? It was just like, yo, some guy that was just hanging out there.
I knew exactly who he was. It was at an award show. I was a guest, and I wasn't getting an award, but he was receiving an award, among others. But I was a guest there, and so we were at the after party, hanging out in the hotel room, and we were kicking it, and we were talking about lots of different things. I just at the time, maybe the internet didn't have all this information available so handily at the time, but. Yeah. How would I know just how magical this guy is? Man,
yeah, right.
I would have spent the whole night talking to him instead of walking around trying to mix and mingle with everyone else. I'd have just been following him, taking notes.
Yeah. Damn.
Getting him drinks. Can I carry your bags?
Damn, that's like having insider information, bro.
Oh well. Anyway, God bless him. You know, and this is the thing. I never get jealous. I just kind of say, hey man, good for you, and more power to you.
Yeah. Wow.
All right. So we're reaching the end of the podcast today.
Now, you know what we didn't talk about, which actually I thought it was pretty big because, well, it's not big for me because I don't know how to use the damn app, but TikTok.
Yeah, what do you mean? I see you do TikTok videos all day.
I don't know how to do that stuff, man. If I do have TikTok videos because somebody did it of me, I don't know how to do that. But it's a big thing for I was talking to actually a lot of people, including my kids, in regards to that because they just love that app so much, and I didn't really understand what was the big deal about this stupid app, But they love it. They like making these little videos, and pretty much everybody uses it. If you are a big TikTok user, you have until this Sunday to download the app if you don't have it already, because it's going to be banned as of this Sunday from downloads. And if they don't come to some sort of agreement by, I think it's November 12th, you will no longer be able to TikTok.
Oh my God!
Because they're going to.
Oh my God!
Take it away.
What are we gonna do? I bet people are going to riot.
Maybe.
There'll be protests in the street.
I just said November 12th, right? Well, that's going to be after the election. So if you riot and Trump wins, they're probably going to shoot you. So I would say do not try to riot at that time. If Biden wins, go ahead and riot. Nothing's going to happen. Because even if they arrest you, they're going to let you ride out anyway. So it's no big deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, something like that, they would riot. Yeah,
totally.
I agree with you.
Totally. That's important stuff.
You know,
the other thing that we didn't talk about, and I know you're a big Mets fan, is the Mets having a new owner.
Yeah. I don't know how that's going to work out, to be honest with you. But new blood is always good.
New blood's
always good, man. You know, because the Wilpons completely destroyed my team.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to celebrate in many, many, many years. I hope, man.
There's some people who live in New York and usually in the Long Island area who are usually Jets fans, Mets fans, and Islanders fans.
Yeah.
So they're pretty miserable.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Islanders just...
I'm not an Islanders fan. I'm a Rangers fan.
Islanders just...
I'm not a Jets fan.
Their season ended.
Not a Giants fan, but I am a Buffalo fan.
Yeah.
Real New York team.
Yeah.
You know, but I've been a Mets fan all my life from the days of Shea to today. Been Mets fan, and they always seem to suck, man.
Mm-hmm.
And
I love the optimism every Mets fan has.
Yeah, before opening day.
In spring training. Yeah. And this is our year. We're going to make it, guys. Meet the Mets.
Meet the Mets. Yeah, that's why I never sing that shit, bro. And I keep my mouth quiet because you know that after the first month of play, it's all over. That's it. They're done for the year. It sucks.
It's almost like an annual tradition.
I just don't understand how every year within the first couple of weeks, first month, everybody gets hurt. Everybody. I mean, how is that possible? Nobody else on any other team gets hurt, or if they get hurt, they come right back or whatever. But no, the Mets, forget it. They're out for the rest of the season because a pulled hamstring or something like that. No luck.
The only Met that I know who makes out every year is Bobby Bonilla.
Right? He's going to be making out until
how much longer?
I don't know. 50 more years. I don't know.
He's like the Ruth Bader Ginsburg of the Mets payroll.
I don't know how many millions he makes. What is it, $1 million a year he makes or something? Or
some ridiculous number, yeah.
Unbelievable. Now,
good
that guy, well, fuck him, but...
No, good for him.
No, fuck him. God bless the agent that got him that contract. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, good. No, but good for him for listening.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Good for him for listening. This was also week 1 of NFL. I mean, we have a couple more minutes.
Yeah.
My team, the Giants, did not have a great start.
I'm, you know, I was so and I like the Giants. I'm not a Giants fan. I'm a Buffalo Bill fan. But you know, I want the Giants to win. I can't stand the Jets, and I hope they lose every time. Because they're in the same division as the Bills. But I'm watching the Giants game, and this new kid, what's his name? Daniel, you know the quarterback's name?
Yeah, I don't remember.
I forgot his name, man. Dan Jones or something like that. Hey, listen, God bless him. He's a new quarterback. He seems to be, you know, be able to handle his own and look like he has a bright future. But dude, you got to learn how to throw the damn ball away. I mean, come on, man. He was leading the team straight into the end zone, and I think from the 7-yard line he throws a damn interception straight into the other team's hands, man. And I'm like, come on, just throw the damn ball away, man. And those are the little things that I can't stand from teams in general when I'm watching a game, man. When it's so obvious, they just fucking because everybody wants to be a hero.
But wait,
that's what it is. They take chances.
But, you know, it was that first play early in the game where they were like on the 1-yard line or something. I don't know. But all they had to do was just cross 2 yards, and they couldn't even turn it around because they had that fumble, right? They picked up that fumble, and they couldn't turn it around. And when I saw that, I was just like, ugh. Yeah, no, gotta close. You gotta close. And then they had to settle for like a field goal.
Yeah, well, you know what it is, man, too, is that they were playing a Pittsburgh. They were Pittsburgh Steelers that they were playing, and those guys, Roethlisberger, man, he's old school, man. That guy Roethlisberger's like a Tom Brady, man, where he does not give up, and he doesn't fret, bro. He's just like, you know what, give me one more shot and I'm gonna make it happen. And he made it happen, man. But no matter which way you look at it, my Bills are 1-0. They're 1-0. Hopefully after this week it'll be 2-0 because I think they're going after Miami, and Miami ain't got nothing on them, bro. So we'll see, man. It's gonna be interesting for them this year to take the East. Although Cam Newton now is the starting quarterback for the Patriots.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of his, but I'll tell you right now that guy is very talented. So
all I know is I hope I win the Super Bowl pool this year. It's my year, man. Come on.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it may be my turn.
Yeah, okay.
After like 25 years of
it's
never
been like
hitting
5 years.
anything.
It's like 5 years since I hit the big
one.
one.
Well, yeah, at least you hit something.
Well, I didn't hit the big one. I hit like third place.
One of the quarters?
Yeah.
Well, no matter what, man, one of the quarters is still good.
I know, but I want the big one, man.
I know. I haven't hit any of that stuff, man. But
and you buy like 25 boxes.
I know. Do you know the shit that I get from the family? Where they're like, damn, how much money are you going to invest into this shit? You never win anything. I'm like, no, I know. But if I do it, that was the most. I'll tell you a story. So a long time ago, this is years ago, I was trying to get into this pool. And in this particular pool, it was $5,000 a box.
Jeez.
Right? Now, I couldn't afford that shit, right? But I said, you know what? Fuck it. Let me put my name on the list, right? And there was a huge list just to get onto the stupid pool. And nobody would ever get out of the damn pool. So with these $5,000 boxes, there would be like, 5 people going in on it, right? So $1,000 a piece or 10 people, whatever, right? So it's rarely you'll see somebody that has a box by themselves. But if you can afford it, go ahead and get it, right? All right. There was these guys that I knew that they had the box together. $2,500 a piece. One of the guys had a severe gambling problem. So the story there behind this one was that the guy would always, bet on all these things secretly without his wife knowing that he was doing it, right? And somehow he was always able to make it work. So in this particular case, the wife finds out that he is part of this $5,000 box, right?
Okay.
So forget it. Huge marital problems. If you don't get that money back, there's going to be a divorce, all this stuff, right? And the guy reluctantly started looking for somebody to take the box, right? So obviously I came into play, but I was like, yeah, dude, I just don't have the $2,500 to do it, right? So another guy that I know said, hey, I'll do it. So he takes the other half of the box and, gives him the money, and now he's part of this box. The motherfucking box hits, man. The box hits. The box hits. It was like $125,000.
But you
hit.
know that's what always happens. That's how I got my box.
Dude.
Do you remember when I won that year?
Yeah.
It's because someone
got out. Last minute,
and I
right?
said, all right, I'll jump in because I'm not a gambler.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, I'll do it. And that's how I won.
I think it was $125,000, $175,000 that guy lost out. So I know it wasn't a very happy Christmas for him.
I'm sure he the conversation with his wife.
I could just imagine, man. I could, but with that being said, I could just imagine the amount of years that he was betting. That even if he would have hit that,
you don't think it made?
I don't think it would have made up. I don't think. No,
Oh.
this guy was a severe gambler, man.
Hey, gambling, gambling's bad.
I mean, when you win, it's great. But yeah, I just remember that story because you brought that up, man.
The house always wins. Remember that, guys.
Yeah, that's very true.
Hey, we're reaching the end of the podcast. We had a fun time. Thanks for listening to us. We love the fact that we're getting more interest in our podcast. We love getting the messages.
Yes, thank you.
Even though some of them not suitable for the air, we appreciate it.
Everything's suitable for the air here, man.
Please continue to send your questions and comments. You can reach us at questions@outofthecavepodcast.com, and you can find us on Instagram at outofthecavepodcast. And you can also find our podcasts on all the different podcast platforms that are out there. You're obviously listening to one right now. And if you happen to know Wilmer Valderrama, make sure you send him a message and tell him to reach out to us because we would love to interview him.
Absolutely. We would love to have him as a guest, man. Definitely. I mean, that shrine's coming up. We got to start that shrine, man.
Yeah.
That's a given.
Yeah, we're gonna put something up.
Hey, one thing before we leave, I wanted to just say very, very happy birthday, 73rd birthday to the United States Air Force. Go Air Force, aim high.
Aim high.
And with that, thank you very much for another week of greatness, Junior. I really enjoyed this show, and we look forward to coming back and making it happen once again. So thank you everybody for listening, and we hope to have you guys back here next week.
That's right. Stay safe, everyone.
You got it.
Talk
Enjoy.
to you soon.
Peace.
Take care.